I knew my husband had faked his death and taken on his younger twin brother's identity, but I never said a word. Instead, I went straight to the commander of the military district and filed an official report of my husband's death, requesting his name be permanently removed from the service rolls. In my last life, my brother-in-law died in an accident. Josh gave up his rank as regimental commander, abandoned his own name, and stepped into his brother's shoes, all to spare his fragile sister-in-law from becoming a widow. Back then, I recognized him immediately. I confronted him and demanded to know why he was pretending to be a dead man. But Josh just looked through me, cold as a winter morning. Riley, I know you're grieving, Josh, but I'm not him. Don't mistake me for my brother. He shielded that delicate sister-in-law of his behind him, then shoved me into the icy river and warned me not to harbor delusions. Later, our 5-year-old daughter cried, asking why her daddy didn't want her anymore. For that, she was dragged to the cowshed for reflection, left there starving for 3 days and nights. My mother-in-law called me a curse, a jinx who'd killed her son, and threw my daughter and me out with nothing but the clothes on our backs. Josh made sure everyone knew I'd gone mad, that I was lusting after my brother-in-law before my husband was even cold in the ground. The whole town turned their backs on us. That last winter, I wandered the streets with my girl, dazed and numb, until the cold finally took us both. But when I opened my eyes again, I was back. Back to the very day Josh buried his old life and stole his brother's. Riley, please accept my condolences. I never imagined Josh would suffer such a sudden accident. Josh's eyes were red, his expression filled with grief as he looked at me. When they carried in my brother-in-law's body, I immediately burst into tears, playing along with the moment and calling him my husband. Caleb's face was pale and stiff. He was unmistakably, irrevocably dead. He and Josh looked identical. No one suspected Josh had stolen Caleb's identity. After crying for a while, I wiped my eyes and said, "We can't leave the body out for long. We should hurry and have it cremated. May his soul rest in peace." Josh agreed instantly, so eager that it was as if he couldn't wait to destroy the evidence. Watching Josh rush to have Caleb's body cremated, I felt nothing but icy contempt. I sneered inwardly. "If you want to spend your life with Catherine, then I'll grant your wish. From today onward, you can live as Caleb forever." Josh worked quickly. Before long, he had cremated Caleb's body and returned with a small urn of ashes. Back at the house, the funeral was set up. Neighbors, having heard the news, filtered in to help, their eyes lingering on the memorial photo and that little ceramic pot, their sighs heavy with pity. I didn't have to act much. Haunted by the memories of my last life, my face was naturally pale, my eyes hollow. I looked every bit the shattered widow. Josh, meanwhile, held Catherine in his arms as he said to me, "Catherine just found out she's pregnant. Staying here might harm her health. She doesn't need to keep vigil." He settled her gently into a seat, all tenderness and care. I ignored their display of affection, but Catherine turned to me and spoke anyway. "Riley, now that you're alone, if you need a man's help around here, you can't expect Josh to do it for free, right?" Her eyes glittered with naked greed. Josh chimed in, "Riley, you still have those gold pieces from your mother, don't you? The bracelets and earrings. You should give them to Catherine. You're a widow with a child now. When would you ever wear fancy jewelry?" I lifted my head sharply, staring at him with icy disbelief. Those were my mother's life savings, the only keepsakes she left me before she passed. How dare he? Yet Josh showed not a trace of guilt. He pressed his demands as if they were perfectly reasonable. "You don't wear jewelry while doing housework and farm chores anyway. Giving them to Catherine puts them to good use."